This morning.
All right, it's live. So in the comments,
Well, excuse me, sir. I forgot I was being put to work.
It's game time.
Hazy. What is your problem, little hey, little crackhead?
You put the nail on the head right there. That's the problem. She on that crack. She ought to let that good stuff go.
And it's funny because she only started humping after she got fixed. Before that, it was all him.
Everyone, crack was a big thing. It was the thing.
Everybody I know that was on crack 30 years ago is still on crack.
Really?
Mm-hmm. You know,
but it's not that much.
You know the motherfuckers don't die.
But young people are going. I don't know any young people that do crack.
No, I don't. No,
I think they're more into other things.
Yeah.
It's called meth.
Meth, yes. Because I know a lot of young people that do meth.
You got cheese?
Fox, this shit ain't telling me that you lied.
A little onion?
They're into that Percocets
I'm live here.
and that lean and Percocets, right?
Yeah, they pop them perkies like a motherfucker.
That Percocet, is that an upper?
Mm-mm.
Oh, it's not? Oh. And they do codeine, so that's a double downer.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
It's for pain. The Percocets are like the baby of all of them. I don't know why they do that. Eat those. Take those.
I know they talk about it in a lot of rap songs. They talk about Percocet. And a lot of them.
Yeah, people like them.
If you like that shit, you might as well take some oxy.
It's not on there. It's on YouTube.
Well, they be doing the Percocet and they be doing the lean.
I know, but if you take one oxy, you don't have to do anything.
And there you go.
That's what you're really into.
Oh, wait. I could just go to my subscription.
I just tried to step over it.
They just, yeah, I know, I saw you.
I was about to.
You said, wait a minute, let me rethink this.
I don't know.
Go.
Y'all be smoking. Hell yeah, we be smoking. Do y'all like the B-52s? Fuck yeah.
What is B-50? Like the actual
The band. The band. B-52.
Yeah.
Love Shack!
Red Lobster.
Rock Lobster! Not Red Lobster!
That's where you eat it. It's Rock Lobster.
Rock Lobster!
That band is still around, come to think of it.
I just like that riff.
Aren't most bands around until they die?
Not all the time. Sometimes they break up.
Well,
sometimes they retire.
I think these are all still the original ones. I don't think anybody's died yet, that group.
Yeah, I was about to say sometimes they just retire and
They
don't
just
do it.
old, that's all. In fact, Eric Clapton will be here.
Oh yeah.
And Kendrick Lamar.
Oh yeah, that's the big one. I think that's Sunday. I think that's the one everybody waiting on. They was talking.
Oh, you gonna be here Sunday?
Mm-hmm.
I know that's sold out.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
I know that's sold
for sure.
No second show.
Especially with the shit he been had going on lately. He been in.
We just released some stuff, right?
But yeah,
3 days ago.
He been in the public eye about that too, though, because I know he pissed off a lot of gay people with one of the songs he got on the album because he used the F word in it.
Oh yeah, he says.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you listen to it?
Yes.
I thought it was.
You don't need to use a slur to prove that you learned to not use a slur.
I know, but by the end of the song, he doesn't use it anymore.
It doesn't matter. Like, why is it in there anyway? Like, it offends people and it makes people feel away. Why would you put it in your song anyway?
At some point, though, you gotta not.
At some point,
what they want to say.
Okay, if that's the case, then Fox, can you just go around calling Asians racial slurs? If we can just use slurs and not.
If we go to Dearborn and call
face
all them
I can't do any of that. I'm a fucking white man. I can't do anything.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, it shouldn't be okay to use a slur in any arena. Like, whether or not you use it is up to you. But I'm saying, like, common decency in an individual should allow them to say, okay, that word triggers people. That word is not a great word to use. Then I shall not use that word in my song. You don't have to use it.
I agree with you to a certain point. It depends on the context of what you're doing and what you're talking about.
I think with the context of the song.
I mean, if you're trying to teach somebody something.
Yeah, it's basically what the song was.
But you don't need to use the slur.
He wasn't supposed to use the word.
You don't need to use it to prove that you learned that
you don't
not
need to
using
use
it
it, but
is
you don't
okay.
need to use the N-word either, but people do.
Fox, that's a different debate.
I mean,
that's a different debate because
he's a black man.
Yes,
so he's allowed to say that.
Right, and it is an issue when white people say the N-word.
I agree.
So anybody who's non-homophobic, it's going to be an issue if who's non-homosexual is going to be an issue if they use a homosexual slur. Mm-hmm. I mean, just point blank, period. Even if you trying to be, even if you're trying to show growth and do all this or do, it doesn't matter. You didn't have to use the slur. You could just as easily got your point across saying, I used to think it was okay to use these words or use that word, and you don't have to use the word. Not to mention, that's not the only thing. He misgendered his trans cousin or something like that. Apparently some people were mad about that. I didn't catch that part, but he was talking about his trans cousin in the song.
Yeah, that's what it was about. That's what it was about. His aunt at first, and then his cousin went trans too.
He apparently kept misgendering the person the trans person he was talking about, and so a lot of people was upset about that. It just came off as somebody who's ignorant who was trying to, hey, I've learned to not do this. No, it kind of came off as very ignorant to me because I didn't need to listen to the song. I saw the lyrics of the cutout, the excerpt of the part where I guess the most egregious part that people were using to state their case.
So you took the three times he says it in a sentence and then went, the song's, it's just wrong. And again,
I didn't do that.
Okay.
I looked at the fact that he used the word in the song. I don't like that word. I chose not to listen to the song.
And I agree with you there.
That's
if
fine.
you don't want to hear that word, don't listen to that song. Not just that. You know, we live in a world that's changing every damn day. Now, you go back to the 50s and the 60s.
From Grand Rapids.
Hi, how you doing?
Hello.
You go back to the 50s and 60s and people use that word all the time.
I mean, it
all the time. It's in movies.
It's still used in fucking England as if it's nothing.
Yeah, well,
I had to take how many songs?
I mean, it means a thing over there.
It means
a cigarette over there.
Yeah, a cigarette's a fag.
Yeah, nobody's using that to degrade anybody.
I don't think he was using it to that's my point. It wasn't.
He was making a point.
When the point of the song was not to be offensive in a sense of, I'm going to degrade the people that I'm talking about by using the word. It was, and again, you don't have to listen to it. No one's forcing anybody to do anything. But to just go and it's degrading, it's like, yeah, okay, well, then you're going to get offended no matter what happened. Not, you know what I'm saying?
I don't agree with that.
Well, somebody
I don't agree with that. I feel like you're trying to justify it because it was supposed to be educational or because I don't feel like there was
not necessarily educational, but his experience learning something along the way to make him a better person.
Don't care
in the long run.
I don't feel like any of that justifies the need to use the actual slur in the song.
What about
I don't feel like any of that justifies it.
And the Childish Gambino song we had to take out because he said that N-word. All the N-words all the songs we had to take out of the playlist for that because they had the N-word in them.
And that's
and they just use it casually.
That's a whole nother example. Like it's just, I mean, shit triggers people, and like whether it should or shouldn't happen
is irrelevant.
Is irrelevant. It's the fact that it happens, and
it's going to continue to happen.
If it wasn't a thing, then there wouldn't be so many people that are up in arms and upset about the fact that he said it.
But I don't understand how Childish Gambino can say it in his song.
But see, I think you're missing. Like the N-word is not what we're talking about.
Okay.
We're talking about
that was an example he used, but the song we
I
talking
thought you were
about.
talking about using the N-word in the song.
Yeah, the song we're talking about.
cigarettes.
He used the F word.
British cigarettes.
And talking about gay people. But it was yes, but it was used in a.
He said that word?
Yes, multiple times.
Why?
But
you have to listen to the song to understand.
Fag is
her immediate reaction should tell you all you need to know, and then she's not even gay.
Oh, I know all I need to know.
She's not even gay.
I know all I need to know. I'm not censoring anybody.
England, people from England.
I don't think anybody should be censored. I don't want to censor anybody.
I'm not trying to censor anybody. He can make the music he wants to make. At the end of the day,
You just don't like it. You know what?
Yes,
it offends you.
and it is against common decency.
I understand where you're coming from.
And it's not about,
but
it's just the fact that it's against common decency. There is no way I feel like you're going to ever justify using a word that triggers people to say, "Oh, I learned not to use this word because it triggers people."
So
like that to me
how was he supposed
makes
to
no sense.
But wait a minute. So how was he supposed to explain it?
He's a fucking rapper. If he can't be a storyteller, he need to get the fuck off.
No, what I'm saying is,
Hold on. By the end, he says the same verse, but he only uses F.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
That's how he changes it.
And the thing about it is,
that's how he should have done it in the first place. Is he should have done that? Is instead of saying
no, he shouldn't have.
I mean, he does what
He
he wants.
did it for the. He did
what he
it.
wants.
He did it.
There's going to be dudes out
He
there.
did it for the social media. That's why he did it. Believe me, these guys are savvy. They know what they're doing.
Might it not?
In fact, the company that record comes on,
they approve it.
yes, exactly. That's the point I'm making. And they sat in the room and he said, "Man, this is gonna be great on social media." And they said, "Run with it." That's what happened.
Maybe.
Maybe.
It
That's
just doesn't make any sense to me. It's completely asinine. I don't need to use a slur to tell you that I learned to not use a slur. I don't care how eloquent you put it. Like, it's redundant to me. It's redundant. Like, if you can use that word comfortably, then it shows that you haven't learned anything. Because that word still to this day, very much so, still triggers people. Very much so.
I mean, there's a lot of words that trigger people.
I mean, and that's fine. But if you're trying to produce a medium for the masses, then it would probably be best not to offend the masses.
Well, some people probably liked it that he used.
I mean,
that word.
and that's the other thing.
That's what I'm saying to you. You understand what I'm saying?
Hold on, like this. Again, I think there's a lot of dudes out there that are going to hear it and realize their ways. I just do. I think there's a lot of dudes that are going to hear it and go, well, I guess I shouldn't use that word anymore.
It was a lot of
Let me think about that.
No, because I've been on Twitter and all I've seen is a lot of mansplaining and a lot of motherfuckers saying.
My answer to that is nah.
That's it. That's it. It's a lot of motherfuckers all over Twitter that is trying to make people okay with that shit. Like, he didn't mean it like that.
In the general public.
Exactly.
I'm going to be very honest with you.
Yeah.
We live in a fucked up time with a bunch of fucked up people that don't understand that everybody is the same. And we all are the same. We all feel pain.
We cry together? What's we cry together? I don't know what that is.
I guess reiterating what he's saying. We all the same.
No, it's...
I don't know.
Broski wants your opinion on We Cry Together.
Ask him what that
Oh,
is.
it's probably a song off the album.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I think that's probably what
Oh, that was really good fucking song. It was him and his bitch going at it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Is that what that's called?
Yeah, We Cry Together.
We cry together.
You didn't like the album?
I didn't listen to the album.
Because of one song.
Yes.
See, that's where I just
Personal
disagree.
choice. Personal choice.
You can call me every
Personal
fucking
choice.
white name you can think of. He could have said
Personal
1,000
choice.
times. He could have said, which he did. I fucked white bitches because I fucking hate white people. He says that basically, not per diem.
And what about
the song?
And
Is that supposed to
there's
offend
nothing
me?
derogatory about that. There's no what offensive is about that other than him saying he hate white people.
Again, if I said I hated fucking black people, you'd be offended as fuck. If I say I hated gay people, you'd be offended as fuck.
There's history behind that.
see,
Nobody has ever
It
hated
doesn't
white
mean it's
people.
not history. It doesn't mean that some black dudes didn't whoop my ass.
Nobody hates white people. White people have been the pinnacle of everythingness for so fucking long.
You see what social media has become.
No, like it's
You see
not
what
the
it's become?
same.
It's become a guillotine of ideas. If your ideas aren't right, you have to put your head in the guillotine.
I think we live in a world of.
But what
No, it's not. No,
Yes.
I think this is a little bit more great than that because we're not talking about just opinions. Because I do somewhat agree with you. People do persecute people for their opinions nowadays. I do completely agree with that. But on the same token, you got a lot of people that are just offering asinine opinions just to hear themselves talking. That are just screaming out into the void.
Social media.
I mean, and that's fine what it is. It is what it is.
It's the one.
But back to my original
It's one of the
point.
worst things that ever happened to.
I'm just saying, I think at the end of the day, like,
Rudy's right, someone says.
I agree with him. I just think that we as
Someone said gotta get some shock value, and that's what rap is good at.
That's that. When the company approves that song, believe me, they sat down and talked about it. You better believe they talked about it.
Because there's no gay dudes running the fucking business that he's talking to. I mean, that's what diversity does. But, I don't know.
And then you want me to believe that music is supposed to change the minds of these motherfuckers that I pass on the street every day that's listening to Kendrick Lamar, where I can't even wear 5-inch shorts because they looking at me funny like, why the fuck is my shorts so
Of course
short?
it's not going to change everybody. Of course it's not.
It ain't going to change the majority.
Maybe not.
It ain't.
But it might change some people.
All of the anti-gay rhetoric that has been coming out, and not just in rap, in all different types of media, I'm telling you right now, it's just like racism. People gonna keep that shit in their heart as long as they want to. It don't matter what medium says what.
I think that
however you want to put it.
I think that in the last 3 or 4 years,
It's just another form of racism.
I think in the last 3 or 4 years, gay people have made strides, and people have tried to help them make strides.
But do you think Kendrick's a homophobe?
Probably.
So he would
I can't
judge you for being gay.
I can't.
If he met you.
Yes.
I can't lay one. I don't know.
Even
I
if
don't know either.
you asked my opinion, you didn't ask the truth, and I can offer my opinion on what I think he is, and I would not be surprised in the least if he was, because at the end of the day, anybody who's an ally or who is not would understand the breadth of what that word means and would know, regardless of what my intent is, I know that this word is going to rub a lot of gay people the wrong way. And if my intent is to not upset the gay fan base, which I took it to mean, why else would you be saying you learned from the shit you used to do
I think it's
if it wasn't to...
Because I think it's him saying fuck you to... Because he had a cancel culture song too. And it was him saying, I'm going to say what I want to say. And I'm going to get my point across.
And that's fine. And people also have the right to not fund that bullshit with their dollars.
You're absolutely right.
And that's why the baby is going through the bullshit he going through right now. Because he want to keep up shit, always fighting people, always in the media for wrong, negative shit. That is why he's suffering now, getting pulled out of concerts and all this bullshit. Because people get to decide.
What did he do?
Just being an asshole. He got to fighting some dude.
So he's an asshole.
Yeah, just that fucking asshole.
He's one of those dudes that's got to live that life. Alright, so this dude said, but bro, Lamar's song is not anti-gay. They're just using the taboo words to bring attention to the injustice. It's like how NWA would use anti-black slurs to bring attention to their injustice, you know.
Does it say who that was?
It says Little Man Chirac.
Alright. Thanks, little man.
I mean...
That's his opinion.
I know. I mean, I'm saying I get the point you're trying to make. I just think it's a little more gray than that because.
Well, I mean, you're gay,
so you're
supposed to think like that.
Yeah.
Even if I wasn't though, like if we were talking about something different, if we were talking about a different issue, if I don't feel like you need to use a slur to prove a point, whatever that point is, whether it's that you learn to not use the slur or learn to not be that way.
Wait a minute. So how would
I don't feel like you need to use the slur.
But wait a minute. How would people know it was a slur unless you used it to define your vision?
Which is my.
You understand what I'm saying?
That's my whole point. You could absolutely say there was a time where I didn't understand gay people, I didn't understand trans people, I didn't get this, blah 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 blah. I didn't, but now I am not that person anymore. None of that involves you actually having to say the racial slur. I mean, or the homophobic slur. That's just my point. If you were to have a white rapper that were to say, I used to use the word nigga all the time, and I said nigga left and right, blah 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 blah. But now I know it's not the right thing to do. I guarantee you, he would be torn to pieces.
Are there any white rappers that use the word nigga? Think about it now.
Eminem did it, and they lit his ass up.
No, he didn't.
He used it. Yes, he did. They got him together because he used it one time in like an underground cipher. Fox, I done seen the video and everything. That's your guy, but yes, he did use it. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry. He did. I looked it up and everything.
He was young as fuck.
It doesn't matter.
Yes, it does. If you do something when you're fucking 12, 16, or 18, and you're fucking 50, What you did then don't fucking matter anymore.
So I don't get to be outraged at what you did. Oh, he young. He could change.
Because he's still doing it.
Well, you could give him a little leeway.
Yeah, look at what he's done since.
Because young people,
has he helped people out?
A lot of young
Has he
people
done
do a lot of
shit?
dumb
Has he
shit.
said the word since?
He ain't fucked with gay people since.
we have to have compassion.
I'm talking about Eminem.
And that's what I mean. He ain't fucked with gay people since.
What do you mean fucked with him?
Yeah.
He's not an ally. He doesn't support gay people. I've never heard him speak out in
I don't know.
in positivity of gay rights.
Speak out on anyone's rights.
So if that's the point I'm trying to
You never
make.
heard Jordan. So you think Jordan's
Oh my God.
anti-gay?
Oh my God! Like that's you
And Jordan's way more popular than him.
completely missing the point of what I'm trying to make.
Again, he doesn't rally for anyone. You never hear him speak out for anyone.
That's beside the point. That's not the point I'm trying to make.
What's
the point
the point?
I'm making is when you are dealing with an issue of prejudice, when someone just stops using the slang or stop using the slur, that doesn't mean that they had a change of heart all the time. So people are mistrusting. We literally have had this conversation multiple times, especially when it comes to the black community, especially when you're talking about the N-word. Just because you stop using it, that doesn't make me feel, oh, he's a changed person, or he's it just makes me feel like, oh, you still feel that shit. You just know not to get caught saying it no more.
Well,
like
that's a change. That is
Like
a
that-
small change, but it is a change.
So you change from using it out loud to only thinking it, or only
Sometimes it takes baby
It's-
steps to start running. You have to understand that.
My point is,
if somebody's been a racist all their life, if their daddy taught them to be a racist, it's a
And for
learning.
clarification, I don't believe he was 16. I'm pretty sure he was older than that. I'm almost
18.
certain he was
Because
over
if he was
18.
underground, he was like 18, 19.
That's fine. You keep saying 16 though. He was definitely a grown man. I'm almost certain he was a
18,
grown
19 is
man.
not a grown man.
Well, hold it. Can't we find out for sure by Googling it?
It doesn't matter. The point is the dude's best friends are all black. The dude has put tons of money into black communities.
You're right.
He's done a bunch of shit for black people.
You're right.
Yet you still
can't-
think because he
you can't
said the
deny
fucking
that.
N-word when he was 18, 19, got yelled at, realized he was wrong, realized his wrong, and never did it again, and then still helped the community that he slurred.
I'm glad that you feel that way about Eminem, but this is so far away from the point that I was making. Like, I don't give a fuck about Eminem. I really do not. Like, I don't care whether he could use the N-word tomorrow, and it's not going to affect me because I don't care. I just don't care about Eminem in any way, shape, form, or fashion. The point that I was making was if a white rapper were to do the same thing that he did with the N-word, that Kendrick Lamar did with the F-word,
Yeah.
it would be a fucking thing.
Listen to
It would be a thing.
this alphabet, the M word, the F word. What the fuck is going on?
It's fucking progress. Like you grew up in a time where people toss slang words and toss slur words left and right about people, and it was never brought up, never said anything about it, and
No, that's
people
not
that
true.
felt the way about those
That's not true.
things.
That's not true. They talked about it. People have feelings about it and they talk to it all the time. You had no choice sometimes because of society. It's a whole different thing.
And that makes it okay.
No, it
You
doesn't.
had no choice.
No, it wasn't.
These things are being brought to
Listen,
light now.
Obviously,
It's always not been
obviously
okay.
it wasn't okay because things change. Wait, hold up, buddy. Hold up. When you were in diapers, I was out walking, protesting for gay people, for black people, for Asian people. Don't tell me. I was on the front lines a lot of times.
It's still beside the fact
So
of
things
the
have
point.
changed. But I'm making a point to you. Give it time. Things are changing. It's not going to change overnight, dude.
And I'm not even asking for change. That's not what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah, you are.
No, I'm not.
You're asking the F word don't be used anymore. That's change.
I didn't say that.
Well, that's
I did not
actually
say
been
that.
changed for a while now.
I never said nobody used the word. I said your own personal humanization as a person, as a human being, as an individual should make you not want to say the word. And I don't agree with it being said. I never
What's that
said
difference?
that nobody could say the word. I never said don't say it. I will not partake in its use. I will not listen to anything that has it in there because there's too many fucking times where I've been called that word by people who have meant to do me harm. Fuck you telling me that I learned to not use this word. I don't give a fuck. No. It's a fucking slur, and it still brings up trauma for people. It still triggers people.
Yeah.
Like, there is no way you're gonna ever justify or make it okay that he used that word in that song to me. Never.
I'm not trying to justify
sorry.
it. I'm not trying to justify
You're just
it.
not. There is no justification.
No, it's not.
Like, neither of you ever got your ass beat or got called a faggot before. So that word doesn't resonate with either of you like it does with the gay people who
It does resonate with me. No, it does.
Not the same way.
I do
not the same way.
Hold up.
Not the same way.
Hold up.
There's two different struggles. Ain't nobody.
I can still be sympathetic to the word and your feelings. Don't get it wrong. I know the word is wrong. I don't use it. I've never used it. And I don't think it should ever be used like a lot of other words shouldn't be.
Empathy is not the same.
But I cannot put my feelings onto other people. I can't do that.
And I'm not putting my feelings on nobody. Like, it wouldn't have even been a thing for me to bring up if it wasn't for the fact that there's like hordes of other gay people who feel the same way I felt. That was why I brought it up, because I'm like,
I'm sure
he has the gay people up in arms about the album.
I'm sure anybody gay wouldn't like that word.
Just
like black people don't like the N word.
Well, that's the whole point about it. How can it be justified if all these people
the K word?
If all these people feel a way about it, how can it be justified?
See how we do it now? It's letters. No more the word. So now we got to get rid of the letters, right? Then the word is completely destroyed.
I mean, you just don't use it. Like, I literally have never in my life ever thought of a time where I needed to use that word. I've never thought to call any person of any ethnicity any slur. Now, granted, being 100% transparent, I have definitely called white people crackers before, but it was in response to being called a nigger.
I don't really consider the word cracker.
Right, exactly. They get offended like you call them something terrible.
I know, because what is it? What are you really saying? What are you really saying when you say that word?
You're calling them a cracker. Like,
what is that?
A cracker that you eat.
Yeah, it's
white and salty.
White and salty.
I like saltines.
I mean, I do too. I love saltines too.
The only word that practically offends me, but nothing offends me, because again, that's my privilege, is colonizer. Because I'm a poor white dude who's had nothing my whole life.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
And you're calling me a colonizer because somebody that had the same skin color.
They're calling you that because you're white.
Because I'm white.
Not because of what you do.
In the same aspect that someone calling you the N-word because you're the same color, it doesn't matter.
No.
Different. It's the same as somebody calling me lazy because I'm black.
Yes.
Because that's the correlation. I was just about to say that. You feeling the persecution that we have always felt. Being basically classed by your color. Oh, you black, so you must be good at sports. Oh, you must be fast. Oh, you must be this. Like, that's all you're dealing with.
You must be the man.
You're white. You must be a colonizer.
You must have never been pulled over in your life. You must have never dealt with the cops. You didn't go to fucking jail. You didn't have to deal with any of that shit. Because you white.
I mean, and if we're being perfectly honest, he's in the 1-2% of white people that can say they have dealt with some of those things. But if we being honest, the vast majority of white people are in that boat. Like, I literally, and it's not even like, I mean, I'm not hating on them. Like, it's just a fact of life. I have a friend that got fired from his job. He literally had a job within like 3 days. I have friends that have been laid off for months that are just as qualified, have degrees, that have education.
What's the difference between
he's white.
Oh, that's the point you made.
He's white.
Or he knows the people. Because again, there's a lot of white people I know that can't find
let me tell you, this man, and this is no fucking lie. To be honest, I don't even really fuck with him no more. So I really kind of want to put his shit out there just to be real, so you can tell I'm not lying. But just to prove a point, like, this motherfucker literally left his job. I'm talking about sat for like 3 days, had another job, worked at that job like a week, and then accepted an offer from another job from one of the other places that he applied when he was laid off.
July 3rd, Sunday 8th.
Making even more money.
MGK is going to be in Detroit.
Okay.
I've wanted to see him
Tell
for
me
like
privilege
over
ain't a
a
thing.
decade.
Do you want to go see MGK?
Someone's got to go with me to see MGK.
I will.
Because I really have no interest in seeing MGK.
But he's so good. He's gonna play rap and pop and all the everything.
Who is that?
That's just. He's a rapper.
He's a
white
rapper I've been following.
What's his name?
So now, wait.
MGK.
Machine Gun Kelly. He's
Machine Gun Kelly. I know.
Because I need a little.
Yeah, I know who he is. Yeah,
perspective. I need a little
He's good,
perspective. Wait.
You know who?
So you mean to tell me
The dude that's
I can't not listen to Kendrick Lamar because he said a word in a song that I don't agree with, but you can not fuck with MGK just because?
Hold on a second.
Not even with the reason.
Hold on.
Not even with the reason.
Hold on. Did I ever say once
name?
to him that he couldn't
And Eminem
listen to it?
destroyed
But
Never once.
in
I
rap.
just
didn't.
asked. I asked why.
Let the record-
I tried to understand
Let
it.
the record
What?
state his face and the
What?
incredulous look he made when it was said. I'll go back to the video because I remember the look on your face.
No, I just
Eminem
because
destroyed him.
Yeah.
I assumed
But
you listened
I
to
don't
it one
care. I
time
wanted
and you
to
were
see
like,
him
"I'm done."
all
and
my
you were out.
life, and he's gonna be
I just assumed
here
you listened.
July 3rd.
I'll go see
Sunday at
MGK.
8 p.m.
I'll go see
Didn't
MGK.
he just get married?
Fantastic show.
Didn't he just get married?
Oh, he
Fox,
was.
yeah.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
was old as fuck compared to him.
She looks good as fuck.
But she is
though.
good looking.
She's like
Actually,
38.
he's in
That's
his
not
30s.
old.
Babe,
But-
he's in
He's in his 30s. They're less than 10 years apart, I think.
And she
Oh, okay.
just turned
For-
like 39.
But what I'm saying is,
Yeah, I know, but you're talking about MGK.
Not you going in on Megan Fox and that bitch still look like she like 26.
I know, she's gorgeous.
She is.
That bitch don't look a day over 30. You better Fox if you don't cool your jets.
I don't disagree with
Call that bitch old as fuck.
well, Machine Gun. Wait a minute, Machine Gun Kelly.
She younger than you, bitch.
No, I'm old as fuck.
Machine Gun Kelly isn't that young.
He's just turned
He's
30.
right at 30, I think.
Yeah, like he's 19 or something.
That's what I was about
I
to
know, but
say.
he's a. The point is he was dating. The point is
No.
MGK.
No, you tried to hold the shit out of you tried to hold the shit out of Megan Fox is what you tried to do. You
Because-
tried to hold that bitch. That bitch left acting for like a decade and a half.
I know.
Came back and looks like she has not aged a fucking day.
And made a movie where she's some badass fucking like she
Bro.
some stupid ass fucking.
Fuck that
super
bullshit.
soldier
That bitch
bullshit.
is fucking gorgeous.
Horny as
Oh my
hell.
gosh, she is so gorgeous. Megan Fox was my crush. I used to
So what is his real
I
name?
was Transformers just for her.
His name ain't Machine Gun Kelly.
Oh, I have no fucking idea.
Does anybody know what his real name is?
No,
I can look it up.
no idea.
What is Machine Gun Kelly's real name?
Fred?
Yes.
Machine Gun Kelly was born Colson Baker.
That's worse.
Colson Baker. Definitely not a rap name.
Definitely not a Machine Gun Kelly either.
That's the dude that gets roasted by Eminem at the end. His name is
got-
Clarence.
Oh yeah, because he wore his ass out when he tried to rap battle Eminem.
Who?
MGK, where he
back in the
threw
day.
some shots at him.
He like said something about her
And
daughter.
it's like all you gotta do is pick up a fucking thesaurus.
He's like them Jamaican guys.
I'll rap battle Eminem.
They named themselves after gangsters from the 30s and 40s. Machine Gun Kelly. He was a gangster back in the 30s.
Yeah, I know.
And there's a lot of
All he
a lot of
needed-
reggae guys, a lot of the Rastas named themselves
All he
after
needed was a
gangsters.
thesaurus, and he would have been just fine.
Probably can't read one though.
Well, that's his downfall. Cause I feel like I'll go up against Eminem. You give me a thesaurus, and I don't even need no thesaurus, cause I'm pretty intelligent. I know synonyms. Cause that's all he do. That's all he do is he fucking
Challenge.
she use synonyms.
Watch this. Challenge.
Right? I was just watching the Cosby Show. You remember that?
Okay, look. Write a rap.
Oh,
You say you can do it.
oh yeah.
Write one.
I write a rap.
And I'll put it to music. Write a
I'll
rap.
write a
and I'll
rap.
make beats for it. Write a rap.
Hey,
You say you can do it? Come
hold
on.
on. Wait a minute.
Show me.
Let me give you a cipher. Hold on.
Oh, you gonna give me a cipher?
To me, rapping is natural, but I'm not super. I keep it cute, like some skinnies and some Supras. That's old school. Took it back to 07.
Supras.
Like a Cadillac, diamond in the back because I'm going straight to heaven. Grill in my mouth, your girl on my teeth. I guess you could say she riding diamonds. She like to keep it sweet. Look, I could rap when I'm serious for real though. I'm just bullshit. But I can really rap for real. I just don't do it no more. Like I used to freestyle on the playground and fucking be
That's
out
not
and
what
just
we were
going
doing
at
on
it.
my place.
Man, bro, and then it's so crazy because I went to school with a lot of people who wanted to be rappers, and I had no
When
intention
I
of
was in
being a
school,
rapper.
when I was in school, we were doing on the playground when we're not doing school hours. Everybody had a group. You know, a 4-man group that sung over here, 6-man group over here.
That's
Some guys,
song?
yes, they stand on the corner.
What the
And
fuck
they
are you talking about?
The
singing?
doo-wops.
I'm just saying what they did back then.
The
That's what
doo-wops.
it
It's so crazy. We used to just play fucking suicides. Like, it was basically someone would whip a ball at everyone standing on the wall, and you had to fucking dodge it. And if you got hit, you were out.
We played that too.
It was dodgeball with a tennis ball.
We did that
Football,
too.
Yeah,
We
where
did
everybody
that
was
too.
standing on the wall.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
We did that too.
Yeah, I played it
we had statue game. We
Well,
played.
there was
We
not
used to play statue. We used to play.
Now that's where being gay came in handy, Fox. Cause when I tell you, Rudy, baby, they couldn't touch me in dodgeball, baby. They used to be so
You
mad
get
at
the fuck out the
my.
way, huh?
They used to be so mad at my little gay ass bitch. Reflexes like, whoa, they throwing that bitch, and I be all ballerina on there.
All cat on there.
Missed me.
Look at this.
They used to be so fucking mad. I was like the dodgeball champion.
Lay it out.
Aren't they fucking weird?
They are. Why would you lay like that?
Cause he's a weirdo.
How's he laying?
He's
Flat, like-
flat with
Yeah, flat out.
yeah,
Yeah.
his balls on the fucking ground.
Yeah, my dog does that sometimes. And then he lays on his back with his arms, his legs. I mean, his legs, arms. He ain't got no arms. He lay like that.
I still call my cat legs arms. Give me your arms, Polo.
And when you know they ain't no arms.
You know damn well they all legs.
You know they ain't no damn arms.
Mm-hmm.
There's no but legs.
So
So I have no opposable thumb.
Right?
Rudy's gonna be off on this for a second, but you get the. Oh, it's her in there. You get the 9th pick and we get the 5th. Talk about fucking bullshit.
Yeah, that's some trash.
That is just. Why did you give it?
Oh, I owe you an apology.
Oh, you talking about
I owe you an
basketball?
apology.
Here you go. Hold on.
You talking about basketball?
How over under on how many years it takes for Chet Holmgren to win a fucking championship in LA with the Lakers?
4 years.
I'm telling you,
Because he's going to have two rookie years where he trash and they trash. Like that, especially since LeBron finna go.
No, what I'm saying is Orlando's going to draft him. The last time Orlando's drafted 2 bigs, they did the last time they drafted centers first overall.
You talking 2 big men?
Yeah, Dwight Howard and Shaquille O'Neal.
Mm-hmm.
Both of them won championships with the Lakers.
Okay, and that's fine. But they did that at a time where
No, I know.
that type of big was extremely popular.
But what I'm saying
Right.
is this one could be extremely good.
I think that's part of the reason why the league kind of sucks like it does now, because that 5 position is.
I like it. I think it's fun to watch.
I mean, I won't say it's not fun to watch. I mean, it's like transitioning.
It's the first time I feel like there's
There's
actual.
way more guard play.
Well, yeah, it's more parody. For the first time in my adult
I
life,
think,
I feel like
it's swung the other way.
What do you mean?
It was big man heavy back
No,
then, and
I-
now it's guard heavy.
That's not what I mean. I mean the
Oh.
league
But they're
itself.
big guards.
Yeah,
This is true. Guards are bigger
They're
than they
bigger
used to
guards.
be.
Yeah.
This is true.
And the wings are fucking 6'11", 6'10". They're
This
all
is
fucking.
true. I mean, generally, everybody, yeah. Across the board, everybody.
When you see a dude that's 6'3" and he's standing out there looking like he's fucking Muggsy Bogues from back in the day, it's
That's
fucking
Chris
insane.
Paul.
Yeah.
Whenever I see Chris Paul, I just imagine that's how I would look on the court, because he's 6'3" and I'm
Yeah.
6'3".
It's insane.
Yeah,
Like
that's
Jalen
crazy.
Brunson.
Speaking of which, we saw an NBA player in the store,
Who?
Wilson Chandler. I don't know if he's playing anymore, but he used to play for the Nuggets, and he was pretty fucking decent. And I think he played for Detroit a little bit. That's probably why he was here. I don't know if he's still in the league or not. He looked a little rough, but he was downtown, and I was like one of the only people that recognized him. He was walking, and I'm looking. I'm like, is that Wilson Chandler? And nobody else was reacting. And I'm like, I don't think these people know that that's Wilson Chandler.
I wouldn't know.
I was like, let me cross. I tried to cross the street and go get an autograph from him, but he fucking got in the car and dipped out before I could get across the street good. I was like,
funny.
I'll take an autograph from him. I have an autograph. I have 4 really, really special autographs. I have Beyonce's autograph. Of course, you know that's.
Yeah, I know the
Jesus.
queen. The queen. I know.
I have David Banner's autograph. When I was in high school, he did the He performed at the Battle of the Bands, and my band was performing at the Battle of the Bands.
Who?
David Banner.
David Banner.
He's a rapper.
Yeah. Oh yeah, David. It's the guy that there's that.
With the long beard. He's an activist
But
now.
it's a David Banner. It's like a little thing that happens in the songs.
Okay. I'm
You know
with
what
you
I'm
now.
saying?
I'm with
Yeah,
you.
when it's his beats, like David Banner or some shit like that.
I'm with you. He I was like 17, I think, and I got his signature. And then I also have Zion. I have his signature. I don't have it in my possession because I'm trying to think of his name.
Oh, okay.
But I don't have it in my possession. My mom got it at a game.
Zion?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So that's at the house. But my mom's a basketball fan too, so it's probably more hers than it is mine.
What are these guys, Greek?
Yes.
Giannis.
Giannis.
That's why I was about to
He's
apologize.
a fucking That's my point. That there's more parity in the league to the this year. You really didn't. I mean, you thought it was going to be Milwaukee, but due to an injury,
I mean, yeah. To be fair, I was
Due to an
Chris
injury.
Middleton hurt them.
hurt them. But at the same time, they're still like,
They still could have won it without him, to be honest.
yeah, they almost did.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just you don't know who's going to win. Where every single year you knew LeBron's team was going to be in one final.
No, I think
In
we
the last
just
10
had.
years, it's been before this. It was all LeBron.
But that's what I'm saying.
and
You
Warriors.
talking about in the grand scheme of the league? You talking about like one little section,
Or it was the Spurs,
like on the whole,
or
generally-
Lakers,
Nah.
or Bulls, or Celtics. That's
You
usually
had even more. You had a couple more teams that were in the running that could
You
do
have the
something.
runnings, but none of them. You really did.
No,
in Jordan's
fuck,
years,
you
you
just-
knew Jordan was going to win. In the Spurs were great fucking teams, and then they had to deal with the Lakers. So it was them two teams battling each other in the Western Conference, and whoever won that was winning the fucking championship.
That's not always the truth, though.
I mean,
the
it's-
fucking Spurs got put out in 2011 by Memphis in the first round, and they were the number one seed in the West.
Yeah, that was after they were
Ex-
dominant as fuck.
They were still dominant that year.
But that was at the end of their run.
No, it was not. That was like when they were like the
Kawhi.
first team to
I'm
crack
talking
like
about-
65
but I'm talking
wins
about-
or something,
I'm
like
talking
62
about
wins or
before
something.
Kawhi. When Duncan.
This was
they
before
were-
Kawhi.
Kawhi was what? 2000. What year was he? I'm curious. I don't know.
Like 2016?
That's not when he came in the league.
Yes, it is.
He won it in 2019 with when you guys won it. In
Oh,
2016.
no, that is right.
You won it
Because he won in
2000
like his second year, so like 2013.
Yeah,
Because
that's when you guys won it or some shit.
2012 maybe. Because we won it in 2013. He wasn't on that Memphis team. If he was riding the bench. Because that was when we had. That was.
Yeah, it was the end of
Tim
the run.
Duncan. We still had Tony Parker. We
Parker.
still had Ginobili.
Before Parker started getting injured,
Yeah, that's.
because at the end of his career he got injured a lot.
I mean,
I
that
mean,
happens to everybody.
The point is,
The older you get,
is
your
you
body
had a
start
good
breaking down.
idea. If you put the bet, you had the idea who was going to win it.
You still have a good idea nowadays.
I thought it was the Suns, and they just got fucking blanked. And I think because of that, it's
And-
changed everything. I think
To be
that-
fair, he been dick riding the Suns, and I've been telling him for 2 years that the Suns ain't shit. I've been telling him for 2 years. I was shocked they made it to the finals last year. The Suns ain't shit. They just got a high-powered offense, and on most nights, a good offense is enough to beat most teams. When you get to the playoffs, it's a different story. That's why Milwaukee was almost able to beat Boston, because they had the best defense left.
They're always in the
playoffs.
West, so I never really get to see them play.
Well, that's what you said.
Yeah, I always get to see the East teams because I'm awake.
Yeah.
And I
I'ma
pass
tell
out
you-
by the time the fucking West is playing.
Yeah, let me tell you right the fuck now. The only thing Phoenix has had going for them is that offense. That defense needs work. All of their games, 130 to 135, 120
Well,
to
they ain't gonna be the
128.
same team next year anyway.
No, because they done had 2 chances at it and they done flunked out of both of them. So a couple of people gonna be gone.
So have they had to draft yet for basketball?
They
No,
they did the lottery.
Right, the lottery.
Yeah,
what,
that would be in
what happened
June.
with the Pistons?
Pistons got the 5th pick. They went down 2
Mhm.
spots. So last
They'll
year
still
we
be
went
able to
out
do
1
good.
spot, and this year we went out 2.
But they'll still be able to do good from that fifth
Fucking Houston went down 1 spot last because they were the worst team 2 years in a row. Had the worst record 2 years in a row, and they both times they dropped out of their fucking what they went to second the first time, and then they went to third second time.
Second time.
Yeah, so it's like they just.
That's another thing that fuck it up. Like sometimes you have like teams that are good and they just are not playoff material or people. Because like look at James
That's
Harden.
true.
Like I feel like James Harden is the epitome of that. Like he has choked in
He really went down, didn't he? He really went down.
Absolutely. You don't hear nothing about him no more.
The other day,
Well, he's
last week, well, maybe it was last.
Watching
well,
Even when he was in Brooklyn, you didn't hear nothing about him.
he only scored 2 points
Yeah,
in a couple of games.
Man, he going all the way down.
Yeah, he's slow.
Because he used to be with Oklahoma, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they won.
No,
they
he started
lost
with
in the
Oklahoma.
finals.
They
lost to
because he was a sixth
LeBron.
man of the year. And
Oh, okay.
then he went to Houston because he wanted to be a center.
He wanted to start.
And
Yeah.
because of the way he is, they couldn't, and the fact that they're dumb and they didn't really build a team around him.
Or didn't build the team around him properly because first and
That's what it was,
foremost,
yeah.
why is he handling the ball?
Why would you bring in Chris Paul?
He does well because Chris Paul's a ball handler.
That's
I
my
at least
point.
got the thought of it because James Harden needs to be off the ball. He absolutely needs to be off the ball. He's not a point guard in the sense of the word. He's a spot up shooter at best. Sometimes he can get his own looks, but to me he's a spot up shooter. He's Steph Curry without the assists. But Steph Curry can actually run the offense and get people the ball.
Yeah, he's quick as fuck.
Even at
And
fucking 34.
Would he be considered the best player in the NBA right now?
No, Giannis is.
Giannis, yeah.
He's
for
too
sure.
old. He's
Giannis
like
is.
he's
I mean, he's still like top 5.
he's top 5, but he's
Like,
because he's
proven that now in
if you take
in the
him-
playoffs.
If you take him 7 years ago, it's an argument between him and Giannis.
Gotcha.
That's my point. But now Giannis is in his prime.
I don't know, because 7
When he
years
was-
ago.
not 7 years ago, 5 years ago, 4 years ago.
I mean, but I'm
whatever
saying
it
you
is.
had other people 5 years ago that I might put over him.
So Giannis is the youngest of all of them?
True.
He's young.
No, he's 27.
close to, yeah, I was gonna say he's
27.
close to 30
27
now.
now. Like our guys, like we're
So-
in the younger generation.
So
Right?
where was Giannis playing before he...
He's
Just-
been with Milwaukee all his career.
He got drafted by Milwaukee in the first round, and he was a skinny little fucking kid.
So that, well, the point I'm making
he was
is...
like 6'9". Did you know that?
Yep.
They drafted him. He was
And
6'9".
he grew 2 more inches.
He grew 2 more. No, he grew 3 more inches because he's 7 foot.
He's technically 6'11". They just call him 7 foot.
250. Like he put on 50 fucking pounds. Like he's a monster.
That's why they call him the Greek Freak.
Yeah. Like I didn't get it at first because last year when they won the title, I didn't want him to win. I don't know why.
Why not?
Because I hated his stupid fucking free throws.
Oh my god,
Because
bro!
it takes so fucking
I was
long.
so happy when Milwaukee made it to the final. When Milwaukee made it to the finals, I pretty much knew right then. I said this is a done deal, and I said it because of the same thing I said this year. Defense. Phoenix does not have the defense. If Milwaukee plays defense, it is going to be a tough 6 games for them. Because I said it wasn't going to go past 6.
See,
and you
So
see
where are we
what
at now?
I'm a Durant.
So are we done?
we're in the conference finals.
So
it is Golden State and
There's 2 teams left.
4.
It's
Oh,
4.
four.
Yeah,
Okay.
Golden State is
2 each
playing Dallas,
Dallas.
and Boston is playing Miami.
Oh, the Celtics is in it.
Yeah.
Celtics have 2.
By the hell, on they chinny fucking chin chin.
Yeah, but they have 2 dudes that are pretty. Like Tatum's pretty fucking dominant.
And they've been doing the same fucking shit. That's why I don't believe in them.
Oh, I don't want him to.
I don't
win.
believe in it. I
fucking
just-
hate Boston.
So,
It ain't even got nothing to do with the city.
Oh,
I just
I
don't
hate
believe that they
Boston.
got the talent to do that. I
It
think
has nothing
Miami
to do with the
finna
city.
tear
It
their
has
ass
nothing
up.
to do with the
So
city.
what-
It's everything,
it does.
it's everything to do with the Celtics. I hate the Celtics.
I mean,
I've always hated them.
Don't
I
take
hate
away
the
from the city.
Patriots.
I was going way back to... Wasn't Bird with the
Been there.
Celtics?
Don't take.
Wasn't
Oh,
Larry Bird with the
I
Celtics?
have.
I've never been to Boston.
I have.
I have
And
too.
the people in Boston are.
Well, they'd be nice to
They're
me.
super racist.
If you listening to this shit and you from Boston, girl, I love you, but your people.
Yeah. You'll get
remember-
called a nigga real quick.
A couple years ago, they called that baseball
Really?
player a nigga. Like a couple years ago,
And when they get drunk,
they called a baseball player a nigga to his face.
I don't know. I
When they
don't.
get
And the dude got banned from the stadium for life.
I'm not on Twitter for one.
yeah,
For
Boston,
two,
live this
I
way.
hate the
Boston
Red
is
Sox.
rough.
Yeah,
I
live
hate
this
Boston is
way.
rough.
Fuck the Red Sox.
Yeah, Boston's always had a reputation of being a
Patriots.
little on the racist side.
Yeah.
I'm not saying everybody in Boston's
Trust me,
like that.
I mean, I definitely saw it when it was Atlanta and fucking New England playing in the Super
It's
Bowl.
a racial element to that bitch.
It
Put it
was
like that.
definitely the black people and supporters were all for not for Boston but for Atlanta, and then you had all the Trump tards.
Gabo
Ready there for-
2017 was in Boston.
Oh,
But credit to Robert Kraft. He came out to the tournament. The Patriots donated to the NGFFL. Made an appearance and everything.
Don't get me wrong.
They put on a good show.
Things have changed. It's not as bad as it used to be.
It's
Boston
not.
used to be really bad.
I'm sure it's not.
not as bad as it used to
But
be.
this is 2017. That was just 5 years ago.
You're right.
That was just 5 years ago.
Either way, Miami is.
Yeah, I don't fuck around in Boston.
From what I hear, because I listen to just a couple dudes that talk about it all the fucking time. It's one of those ones I can get lost. I can get lost in the work in it, type thing, because it's not really important. And he basically they were talking about his coach. The coach in Miami is like the best coach in the league.
Spolstra?
Yeah. They say he's like the way he comes back with like second halves and how
This is true, and also too the way he
adjusts.
put this season together with that team he got. Because who do you know on that team outside of Butler, Jimmy Butler?
And Butler's only good in the playoffs, which is where you need him.
Yeah, I guess so. If you make it to the
But I'll tell you this
playoffs,
much: if Philly had kept him, they had won a championship with him. That's for
Philly
sure.
fucked up by holding on to Ben Simmons.
Yeah,
That was their problem.
Yeah.
They was letting everybody go except who they needed to let go. I would have told Ben Simmons, girl, if you can't develop no jumper, I need you to find the door.
Jumper, he can't even hit a free throw.
Well, sir,
Like, how do you not have
if you
time
get
to
a
hit free
jumper, a jumper will improve your free throws. So it's like, bitch, get it together, get something. Like,
But
you've been playing in the league all this
The
time.
one
It's
that
gonna be real
matters
rough
to
when
me
you get old.
is the West, because it's Luka is unfucking believable right now, and I love watching the Golden State Warriors play. I don't know why I've grown
I don't give a
fond
fuck
of
about neither
Wiggins.
one of them teams.
I'm a Pistons fan, but I like Wiggins. I don't know.
So
I feel like
look-
he was one of those dudes that got shit on because of LeBron when he got drafted, and wasn't really given got shit to a shit team because like Minnesota's a team that people go to die, and Orlando's a team where people go to die. Like there's no.
So
Hey, both of you.
Sir.
What the fuck are you guys doing? Waking up and getting all stupid.
So what are the Pistons gonna do? Are they gonna get another big man?
Well, there's not a big man they can get.
It's not.
No, they need
They need somebody.
a power forward.
Well, yeah, they need a
For
big.
K, they need somebody.
Yeah.
They
They got
need
the
a- they
dude.
need a
They got the
forward.
dude that they got at the end of the year. The Bagley dude. They're gonna work with him, I think. But the draft, the big dudes won't be there.
Yeah, they need to try
They
to get
got
a
shit
forward.
on.
They'll
If they
probably
just stayed
be
at
there.
3, they've probably been fine.
Yeah.
But because they got dropped on the 5,
Who's they center now?
Stewart, and he's only like 6'7" or 6'8".
Yeah,
He's the center?
That ain't gonna work.
No,
He's
that's never gonna
6'9".
work.
I think he's 6'9".
He probably 6'9". I
Yeah, he's
think. Maybe
6'9".
Is he
6'8".
big? Is he big?
Yeah,
Heavy?
he's
heavy, and he's like,
but he's unskilled.
and he's not very good at. If he gets better at rebounding, then he's got some.
Like you
he's
can't be
hyper
a
as fuck.
center and not be able to rebound. Like
Yeah, I know. That's
Like,
the thing
that
they're
makes
missing
no
big
fucking
time.
sense.
Yeah.
They're missing offensive rebounds. They're missing that kind of stuff, or even the putback. His putbacks are. He just doesn't have the. Again, he's only been in the league for 2 years, and he's a young kid.
Oh, okay.
So,
Fox, you gonna be mad at me, but I'll tell you what I think they should do.
huh?
I think they should call up Drummond.
Who?
Drummond. Until they
Guy who
find,
was a pit. He
I
got
know.
drafted.
I know.
until they
he
find a
is.
serviceable center, or can train somebody
How
up.
tall is Drummond?
7 foot.
Yeah,
He's a legitimate 7 foot.
Yeah,
but he's a slow
He's good for
center.
one thing and one thing only.
Because he can't.
Under the
Rebounds
basket
and
for
putbacks.
rebounds.
And that's
Yeah.
all they need.
Under the basket.
That's all they need.
But what makes him liable is he can't cover anybody.
This is true, but you can play zone defense.
True.
I mean, whatchamacallit was playing zone defense, and they had pretty good success with it. Golden State. That's how they beat Memphis with their zone.
That helps.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because they don't have anybody big.
I mean, that's what
That's
they
what
did.
Golden State's problem is. They don't have anybody that's.
I mean, but they got that.
really
But
tall.
Drummond. I mean, but Draymond can play like a big though.
I know.
Draymond is different, like, cause he's like 6'9".
If you had told me
but he
that
can play
dude-
like a 7-footer.
When he got drafted, like, 'cause I,
mean,
remember
maybe
him
not so
playing
much
for
no more.
Michigan State. They went to the Final Four, right?
Yeah,
They didn't go to the championship, did they? They didn't win it.
they win, but didn't win it.
Yeah. If you had told
The
me
last
they
time,
were
cause yeah, the last
drafted
time they won it, Mateen Cleaves was there.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah.
2001.
Yeah, the 01. That was the last time they won it.
I mean,
But-
that's not something. I mean, dude, it's
2014.
It's crazy.
was
You're
the last
talking
time
about a
I went.
world where people go not because now the way it works is you have to be 19 to be drafted, right?
Yes.
Or you have to be turning 19 in the year of the draft.
Yes.
So you have to go one and done. It makes the kids go, and it's just made college basketball just garbage.
I would have been able to get drafted if I was playing because I turned 18 my senior year. So when I graduated, I would have been eligible because I turned 19 then. But that's so silly rule to me because if that's the case, then just take them out of high school.
Okay.
Like, what is they going to do in
G
that
League
extra 6
now,
months? Or
which
what
is
is that extra 6 months back?
You add the G League into it, then it gives you
Right, you got the
extra
G League.
build.
You're right. They do that at G League now.
You can build the fucking
Unless you do that.
Well, they can make money now too. They can get.
Take away the early drafting at all and make it that's what they should do. They should take that away completely and say that if you don't want to go to college, then you have to play in the G League for at least maybe a year or maybe 2 years.
Yeah, drafts.
What does she do?
I told you.
Yeah, drafts are bad as fuck. And then they should have a fucking
like you look at soccer.
some
You
system
don't
to
draft.
determine
Right.
who goes where from the G League.
I've been watching a lot of soccer lately. I'm starting to really like it.
I just can't keep up with it
I'm really starting to like it a
Of
lot.
course you would.
because I don't know.
You're a globalist.
I started watching it.
I don't know nothing
You
about
know,
what's going on.
I have 2 channels on my TV. They show soccer all day long.
Sir.
All day, every day.
Hey,
I didn't know.
Hey,
Get out my
get your
damn
eyes
lap.
off him. Push him down.
I didn't know there were so
Get
many.
your ass
I didn't know there were so many soccer leagues. Jeez.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, to get up to the Champion League, dude, it's crazy.
Wow,
I
it
got-
is,
I
man.
got a friend that lives in Madison Heights that plays in like 3 leagues. So it's like everybody
Uncle
plays
Dean
soccer.
says he gives a joint. He's smoking a 5.5. All right, way to make me look like a bad host.
Oh,
We ain't reviewed nothing.
Was there nothing to review?
there's nothing to review today.
No, what I was about to say.
I was trying to get the stuff. The guy, he hasn't hit town yet.
I was sure about the ads. That part, I was like, shit, we ain't started that part. Where's the reviewing?
No
Well,
review.
Fox, okay, well, I'm going to review what we've been smoking. I would say it was a little tart on the tongue.
Tart.
Well, that was,
As a gay person, I like my weed a little milder. Like, you know, just being perfectly honest. You gotta be gentle with my mouth.
Oh my God.
Words that I have
He
never
didn't say.
said.
He didn't say.
Yeah.
No, he didn't. I know. I'm in a simulation. He didn't say that.
You.
Fox!
That's what makes you think simulation? Come on now. That ain't even that bad.
Right?
No, it's everything, dude. It's not just that. It's everything.
Simulation would be if I just start walking
It's
up the wall and
everything.
stand on the ceiling.
It's that dog over there drinking water. It's everything.
That's fine.
He gonna turn into a bunch of pixels in a minute.
Who?
Vision. He gonna turn into a bunch of pixels. That's that mushroom shit. Let me stop talking.
He's gonna
That shit scared the
pixelate.
fuck out of me.
He's gonna pixelate.
That shit scared the fuck out of me.
There
Who did?
When I did the mushrooms and I was in there big hallucinating.
Didn't you? That was fun, wasn't it?
I mean, it was fun, but it was my first time, so it was, and my only time, so it was definitely.
What do you mean
crazy.
your only time?
I haven't done it since then.
You're not gonna do it again?
I mean, I haven't not wanted to.
Okay.
It was
Did it
like
scare
a
you?
special occasion type shit. I just so happened to come over here.
Did it scare you?
Not really, it scared me, but
Little bit.
it definitely was weird. Like seeing things move that my mind physically knows can't move, but my brain is telling me that they moving.
Yeah.
And then this fucking ceiling fan, like every time I would look at it, it was on, but every time I would look at it, it would just slow down until it stopped. And that kept freaking me out because I'm like, I know that bitch is on because if I look away and like readjust, when I look back, it's spinning again. But if I stare at that bitch, it slowed down and then it just stopped. And I was like, nah, I ain't gonna be able to do that. And then it looked like all these fucking stickers was moving and shit.
Oh yeah, I like that part.
Yeah,
It should be moving.
it was weird. It
You look at
was
somebody's
weird.
face, they have a whole bunch of dots moving around
Yo,
their face.
yo.
I
It was
love
weird.
shit. I love shit like that.
I would definitely do it again.
Oh,
Yeah.
the houses look like they have faces. When you're driving down the street, the
I see-
houses look like they have
I was gonna
faces.
say I see that normally, cause I'm just
What do they
weird
call
like
that?
that. It's a term for that when
Yeah,
you see
it's-
faces and things.
It's called, damn, it's right on the tip of my tongue.
I can't remember what it's called, but I can't show you on my phone. I'll show you when we end this video. But
It's called.
I got a picture of a purse that is like that. It looks like a person's face. It's just a purse sitting on the table, but I swear to you, it looks like somebody's face, and they look like.
I think it's called Paragolia. That's what it's called.
It's something like that.
It's Paragolia.
That sounds familiar.
When you see clouds and you see a face in there, your mind is constructing that face in that cloud. So that's what.
Yeah, we're trained to see two eyes.
We're trained to see symbols.
Your brain is just making something up.
No, it's not. Your brain is perceiving how you see the world.
Yeah, it is making something
From
up.
Memories and all that other shit.
Yeah, it is making something up because you're
My brain
making.
wouldn't lie to me, Fox.
5 or 6 people might look at that and see different things.
Okay.
5 or 6 people might look at the same cloud and see different things.
Of course. Okay.
But then they're wrong, Fox.
Hold on. There's a story about this dude, because perception is everything. The guy got robbed, right? He was robbed, gunpoint, he was a bank teller. So he gets robbed, so they take him in, they're talking to him, they're like, tell us description, tell us who you saw. And does the whole sketch thing, right? They show him a video, not even close.
Yeah.
Not even close to the same fucking dude. Like, because they have it on video, it's a fucking bank.
I watched this show this reminds me of. It was Brain Games. It was a show called Brain Games, and they did and I feel like they did a scenario like this where they showed a group of people something.
Yeah, it's the gorilla in the room.
And you got to look at it for so many seconds. And then they asked them to recount or describe what they saw in the room, and so many people was just making up shit that wasn't even in the fucking room at all.
No one ever sees the gorilla. There's this thing where they do this whole thing and they tell you to focus.
Well, that's different though.
They tell you things to focus
Focus on.
Yeah, and then you never see no one ever sees the
But
gorilla.
that's not memory though. There are other things in that room
just like
deliberately designed to draw your attention away from the gorilla.
Yeah.
So it's like it's kind of a setup, but at the same time, it is still hard to see the gorilla.
Well, actually, it's a puzzle.
But it's a setup.
It's a puzzle.
The other things in the room are supposed to take your attention away from it, so you don't actually see the gorilla.
What is that?
Girl, what are you eating? That's a chicken bone.
Don't want
That's
that.
no chicken bone.
What is that?
Piece of something.
Probably
Now she breathing hard, girl. You was fighting for your life over
it's
here.
probably a piece of that antler.
No, I don't think so.
Well,
They
horn.
don't come off and
It don't splint
jump
like that.
Yeah, that's why they can eat it. Because
Oh,
it's
it's like a splinter.
It never splinters.
Yeah.
Yeah. They just gnaw it.
It comes off in little bits.
Bits and eventually it'll be just gone. And it's just because they've
Yeah,
gnawed
because
it.
this bitch was almost twice as long. Well, not twice, but it was definitely longer than this the last time I was over here. And I was just over here a week ago.
Had probably about that much on it.
Yeah.
Probably about that much.
Yeah.
And again, this is giant.
My dog has them too, and you know,
Yeah.
You could stick.
he'll eat half of it, and then he'll eat another quarter of it, and then it'll lay around. He'll move from room
And
to
then we do
room.
with it.
He plays with
Straight
it.
weapon.
You know a deer can gore you, right?
Yeah, of course they can.
Yes. Them antlers, that's bone.
I know. It's like you really want to fuck someone up. You just make this into a
That's
weapon.
bone.
Oh, wow.
I had to educate my coworkers on that because they thought like every animal that grows horns or
Antlers.
things, they thought they were all the same. Like no, antler, that's bone. That shit is hard as hell. I mean, keratin is pretty hard
Yeah,
too.
yeah, it is. Both of them are. But yeah,
Yeah. It's all that marrow and all
Yeah.
that shit in there.
all that marrow.
Fox, you gotta
Suck the marrow out the bone.
You gotta know your animals. Deers.
Dude, I watched that Naked and Afraid.
You know,
Yeah.
This bitch found a fucking dead animal, and she's like, poke, 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 poke. Oh, this is good meat. Cuts off because it was a section that was sitting.
What was you
under-
watching?
Naked and Afraid,
Oh, I probably seen it.
and it was like a dead animal in the bottom half.
And it made her sick.
No, it didn't make her sick. It actually worked out. She ate it, and then she got the bone.
She's a fool.
What? It wasn't bad meat.
I don't give a fuck. I'm not eating nothing dead.
She still.
What if it just make you sick, even if it's good meat?
Well, I mean,
I'm sorry. What if it got maggots in
I
it?
mean, you gotta eat
it didn't
something.
have maggots in it.
You don't know that.
Yeah,
She cut it up. She looked at it.
She
Fox.
cooked it.
No, that's not saying they couldn't have some kind of
She cut it,
worm.
no, she
but-
cut it up in like because
Yeah.
it was
Did she fillet it?
yeah she flayed it up. It was a little chunk of leg left that was
Yeah.
on the bottom side that wasn't exposed to the air, and it was still kind of. It only been. It probably only
That
been
sounds
sitting out for a
disgusting.
day.
Because that was in the wintertime
That
too.
sounds
No, it was in
disgusting.
the
Oh, it was
desert. It was down.
Oh,
there.
the desert.
That's
The
even
lion-
worse in the
The
desert.
lion took that bitch. Like she came back to get the bones. 'Cause
Yeah.
The bone marrow in even in a rotten corpse. I guess the bone marrow stays pretty good for a long time.
Yeah.
It's pretty protected. So if you just take out the bone and then use the bone marrow, you can get some good protein and shit.
Yeah, you suck it.
That's
So-
too much. No.
But she went back and that shit was gone.
Oh, you done sucked a neck bone before.
I done sucked on a neck bone, but I'm not finna suck on no bone that's on the ground in the desert that's died, been dead.
Yeah, I know. I wouldn't either. But I'm not naked and afraid.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Even if I was.
Oh,
I mean, that
you
bitch
don't know.
fruits and berries, bitch.
You don't know.
21 days.
There is no.
You might
fruits
even
When I come out that bitch,
you
I
might
get
not be able to
skeleton.
find any.
There ain't no fruits
Fruits and berries ain't everywhere.
I know edible plants. Don't do me. I'll eat leaves.
Like, I think that's one of the reasons they don't do it up here. Like, you could still do it somewhere, like, go into UP, drop someone off in the UP. That's fucking.
It's just not as glamorous.
We would all die.
It don't sound
I
hard.
would for sure.
Yeah.
You drop me off at Belle Isle, I'm
But they got
dead.
mushrooms everywhere.
Listen,
Oh, baby,
you drop
no,
me
no,
off
no,
at
no,
Belle
no.
Isle and I'm dead.
Baby, no. I don't watch too much TV. I'll be alright. I'll be alright. I can do as much Naked and Afraid as I don't watch. The first thing, Shelter.
I couldn't do
Fire.
Naked and Afraid.
Oh, baby.
I can do the alone.
Did you see?
I'll be on it.
Did you see fucking that Simpsons where they did it? They got lost without clothes and a phone, and they basically were naked.
Naked and Afraid.
She's like, do this, and they had it all set up like it was a house.
Are they
That's what the fuck it is.
Are they still on?
Fuck yeah.
Wow.
Longest running animated
They're
TV
fucking-
show.
It's still
Wow.
funny. It still has its moments.
Man, you done made a lot of money with that program.
It's still
Jesus
one of my
Christ.
favorite animated shows.
I stopped looking at The Simpsons probably 20 years ago.
And that's crazy that it's still on.
It's still on.
Has it reached 30 yet? They close to 30,
They're
if not
past
30.
30.
Oh, they're
I was
past
gonna
30.
say,
Yeah.
it's
85. It was 89.
I think aren't they the longest running,
animated scripted show.
yeah, of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, by far.
I mean, not too far. South Park is right behind them.
Yeah, but they've been off for years. They've been
South Park is out there?
No, they're on still, but they.
Oh, that is right. They haven't put out a season in a couple of years.
Did
That
you
is
see?
right.
You didn't see that South
The
Park
Simpsons
where
hadn't taken a break.
where they tried to pull back Tolkien?
No. I didn't see that.
You,
I didn't see that.
Trying to say that the whole time.
you know that you have a character named Tolkien.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know South Park.
Supposedly, because Randy's like, "Why'd you name your kid that?" And he goes, "Well, I like J.R.R. Tolkien."
I could scream when I saw that. Bitch, no. Y'all been calling this motherfucker Token for 30 years. Don't y'all try to get all highbrow and say, oh no, his name is actually
It's not because
Token.
he's
You're the one that's fucking racist
Right,
because you thought it
exactly.
was Token.
Exactly.
No, bitch, you're not gonna flip that back on us.
That was out there.
Yeah, that's crazy as fuck. South Park is, I ain't gonna lie, South Park is probably one of the best written shows on TV.
You know
Even though
what?
I can't really get with it.
The most exciting things I've ever seen on TV was South Park.
Yes,
'Cause
every
when-
episode I watch, it is amazing social
When he
commentary.
tried to get the medical card, oh my
He was
God.
bouncing around.
Oh,
That
balls.
shit was hilarious.
Bro.
Yeah.
And then when Michael Jackson in the closet? Who was in
No,
the
it was
closet?
R.
R. Kelly.
R. Kelly and Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, the fucking episode with the real estate agents.
Oh, the new one? Yeah.
LaCroix.
They did it.
LaCroix. Bro.
City people. That's all they want. Crypto.
Oh my god! And they never used all the city people coming into the fucking country. They never used any complete sentences. They always just had like these one word incoherent thoughts, like LaCroix, bottle water.
They were like fucking chickens.
It was
Yeah.
just like chickens. It was fucking ridiculous. But
Definitely
this
played
shit
them off
be
as
dying.
chickens. City people.
Those
The
guys-
city people are moving in.
Those guys must be getting fucked up. They must be getting the highest counts.
Dude, do you remember hearing what they... Did you ever see the interview with them after they hit it? Like when they got the big contract from South Park?
No.
They were like the biggest animated show on TV at the time. they basically went to the Oscars the Oscars on acid
No shit.
in drag.
Yeah, I remember.
What?
Yep.
I remember that.
Oh, they're out there. They're
Dude,
out there.
I remember him talking. And they're like, the lady goes, "So what's the best thing that's happened since you've
Yeah.
made it?
Success.
Success?" They both go, "Oh, socks." She goes, "What?"
Being able to have a new pair of socks every day.
Every day, every time you do it, he goes, "I'm just walking through the house. Oh, I step in a puddle of water. Oh shit,
New socks.
new socks. Throw them away. New pair."
That's fucking ridiculous, bro. That bitch was probably like, the fuck?
I know. It was
The fuck are you on, man?
They're living the life.
Man.
Oh yeah.
They are definitely living
Must
the
be
life.
nice. Must be nice.
I mean, yeah.
Shit. Cause
At
that
least
sound
they
like
earned it. I mean, like you see some of these people living this life and they ain't done shit for it.
that's part of my conflict, Fox.
At
Because
least they made me laugh.
just about every animated show pokes fun at races. Now, granted, they don't use actual slurs,
Who?
but like all animated shows, it's I don't know why it's
Bob
like
does too?
Bob. Well,
I don't think they do.
not really.
I haven't been able to look at that.
Not really.
I tried looking at that one day.
Bob's Burgers
It's
is amazing.
It's one of the funniest shows on TV.
Period.
It is so
What about
funny.
this?
So
Oh my
good.
God, I
What
remember.
about
It's
this?
the kids.
When the little bitch start having a panic attack,
The kids are everything.
That's it.
And the wife. Oh my god, they're just good. The the little
I'm gonna have to
quips
look at it
that-
again, I
quips
guess.
that the little boy gets in.
Yeah, you gotta give it another try. I mean, were you high when you were watching it?
I'm high all the time.
Okay, well that makes sense. Maybe you need to watch it sober. I don't know what it is, but like, yes, but it is hilarious.
I have a complex. When I see a cartoon, I relate back to old cartoons, not new cartoons. So I gotta really sit and look at it and see what the storyline is like.
Well, yeah, it's a.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah, because old
story.
cartoons, you didn't need to be invested.
No.
You could just jump in
Well,
and
that's
you'd
the
be
same
fine.
as these. This is the
Yeah,
same.
that is right, true. Bob
This was
Burgers is
basically.
like
I mean,
that.
they have a small sub story that goes through the story that you find like people come into play, but the reality is you can pop in at any time.
Like
watch them
each,
and just-
yeah, it's
they're all
pretty
different.
much
It's like
like
the Simpsons.
I see what you're saying.
The
Did you
Simpsons the same
see-
way. Simpsons. That's why they
Your
like
characters.
aged. Family Guy's never aged. They're all.
Did you see what the premise was originally supposed to be for Bob's Burgers? They were supposed to originally be cannibalists.
Oh,
Be
really?
what?
They were originally supposed to be a family of cannibalists.
And it was a boy.
Damn.
I read it in an article somewhere. I'm like, bro, I would have loved to watch that.
Wait a minute.
They wouldn't have got.
All the
Cannibals.
people eating jokers, yeah.
I was thinking the cannibals making wild
it would
burgers.
never. I mean, well, I don't know if they would have owned the restaurant if they had been cannibals, but I just know.
Yeah, they would.
Yeah,
They're really-
Yeah, they would.
They're
Yeah, they
probably in the
would.
burgers.
Oh my goodness,
That's why
that
they
would get
didn't
real
do it.
dark. I would have loved that.
Yeah.
Like, and then they trick people into coming in the store and they get them in the back, and then you never see them again or some
You see
shit.
them again when you get a burger.
Yeah, I
New
would.
York, people disappear from New York all the time.
I would have tuned in for that. I ain't even gonna hold you up. Am I dark
Because
for that?
they're right by a Coney, like not they're
By a wharf. It's kind of like Coney Island.
Yeah. So they got amusement park, you know.
Yeah,
right
yeah,
there.
Yeah, Wonder Wharf.
Like at the boardwalk
Yeah.
in Atlantic City.
But yeah, no, they got a movie coming out.
I'm
Yeah, I
going,
know.
I'm going to see it,
That's
Fox.
definitely-
They've been advertising it.
I'm going to see it. I don't even know what the movie is about.
It's just
It's
funny.
crazy.
I just see her in that burger suit.
It doesn't
And
matter.
she said, it's
You-
fabulous.
It's just gonna be 3 episodes put together. That's all.
I don't
Make a movie out of
care.
it. All right.
Whatever it is.
I'm out of here. Adios.
Oh yeah, let me end this then.
I'm a ghost.
It's about to die.
Alrighty then, Rudy.
You have a good one, homeboy.